Hello and welcome to the final day of competition here in Russia. We start the week in Moscow and now we've hound home in Maykop. After cancellation of the Gelendzhik stage, this is the last day. The rally started in spectacular fashion for Russian Boris Gadazin. Known for his pace over the Baja rallies, it was no surprise he was quickest out of the blocks. It was expected that a Kamaz should win on home soil, but which one would it be? Nikolaev took the stage 1 victory and cemented himself at the top of the Kamaz hierarchy. Day 2 and the 2012 World Cup winner entered his buggy, but Jean-Louis Slesser suffered a crash on stage 2 when part of his underbody fell under the wheel and flipped him over. Stage 2 was a good day for Lucia Alvarez. His Toyota rose to the top of the standings ahead of Frenchman Christian Lavier. In the trucks, it was Arat Mardiev's turn to take the win as the Russian contingent continued to dominate. The gap between he and his teammate was just 3 minutes. Stage 3 was especially tough for the car leader, Lucia Alvarez, as he suffered power steering failure and lost well over an hour, dropping off the rally lead. It was even worse for Tony Gardemeister. The ex-WRC driver was running strongly in his first real rally raid run, but crashed out, hurting his back. All of that meant Christian Lavier's Stage 3 win vaulted him to the top of the overall standings. After oil pressure problems on day 1, his fight back was convincing. In the truck category, gearbox and turbo issues had stunted a great run for Kazakhstani Artur Ardavicius, and now he could only fight for wins rather than victory. Having suffered massive technical problems on day 1, Vladimir Vlasiev showed a fearless pace to take 2 seconds and then on leg 4, stage victory. The Russian was a match for the best in the rally. Stage 4 was also a great day for Alex Loprez. Despite being violently ill during the stage, the Czech driver fought off the Kamaz charge to register his first victory aboard an MAN truck. As the damp weather continues to trouble the area, once again our stage is modified. We begin at CP1 with a total length of the day being reduced by 100 kilometres to 352. Then we head to Maykop. The stage today had everything. Hard passages, tricky navigation and poor ground, and it caught everyone out. Winner of yesterday's stage, Vasiliev, was the first into the stage and the first one to suffer, ripping off his rear wheel and being forced back to the bivouac by road. 2 stars of yesterday's stage seemed to suffer similar maladies. Jeroen Pellichet's 4-wheel drive Toyota damaged his rear differential, and then came across Bernard Arandonnet, who also had wheels pointing in funny directions. There was this stump in the side of the road, and we hit it and destroyed the hub. He's destroyed the back of his, and there's others in front of us who've had problems as well, so that's it. With Pellichet out of contention, Matthias Kahler and his brand new Mercedes could have grabbed a podium, but a huge 3-hour detour meant he would throw any chance of victory away. The car not happy at all. Leader of the rally going into today, Christian Lavier, had to be cautious. If there were challenges on the route, and we know there were many, he got caught out by every single one. We had the same problem 2 days ago. The cooling system's broken. We changed it, but then another broke today, and so the engine belt jumped off. We tried to fix that, but that broke again, so we changed it for a really simple belt. And that one broke as well. Now we don't have any more belts, and we can't do 200 kilometers like this. So, well, that's what we say in racing. It's the harsh reality of mechanical sport. Christian Lavier would return to the Pivot without completing the stage. There would be no win for the de Soudre. Pellichet out, Carla out, Lavier out. The rally was coming back to pre-race favourite Lucio Alvarez. The Argentine was flying in the Toyota, having avoided the worst mud and mechanical problems. Fastest in CP1 and CP2, he looked as though he would be the winner of the stage, but would he win the rally as well? Since the beginning of the rally, Mirek Zapatel has been in the top 10 in his aging Hummer, built for success when he took victory in the Baja World Cup a few years back. He was the fourth car to finish. Having started 8th, you'd have thought he'd be happy. But he'd lost time to his rivals. For us, it was not an easy day. We were behind Lopez when he got stuck in crossing that creek. So quite quickly we took the decision to look for another crossing. When we went on the left, we couldn't find any bridge. So when we crossed the creek, we also got stuck and lost 20 minutes. With all of our rivals for the podium overtaking us. Then later in the stage, other cars had problems. So actually it's turned out to be quite a good day for us. Alvarez was first to the finish, but 19 minutes later, the Opel Antara of Balázs Saleh, the Hungarian, returned, and he had won the stage, beating the Argentine by 3 minutes. He had also taken enough time out of Zapatel to vault him in the standings. Amazing, considering he also struggled in the difficult conditions. We got lost at least 20 times. Sometimes small problems, other times big problems. For example, Carl, who was behind us, came head on to us about 10 times. So I think this stage was really difficult to navigate, and we came up against some very steep hills that we really just couldn't get up at all. Third car to the finish would be Russian Boris Gadazin. Remarkable, considering he was stationary in the stage for 15 minutes with brake problems. Thankfully, he was in the nick of time, and the winner of the opening stage was confirmed later on, the winner of the Silkway Rally 2012 by 3.5 minutes. In reality, this race was really not easy, but actually it was very interesting, as we had many strong rivals like Lavier, Alvarez, Carl, and we were all very close, competing against each other in the stages, but actually it's really great to win. And there, confirmation of the stage, Salze taking the victory over Alvarez, and some very unfamiliar names throughout the top 6 positions. But in the overall rally, Gadazin takes victory over Saleh, with Zapatel in 3rd, Alvarez up to 4th, and Lavier did finish in 5th. G-Force and Boris Gadazin are the first Russians to mount the podium, first in the car category since the Silkway Rally began. Coming into the day, it was advantage Nikolaev in the trucks, with Lopez just about in touch to take victory if anything happened to the Russian. And it did. Not long into the stage, the rally leader found himself very much stuck in the mud. And it took 4 more Kamez to get him out. Up the road, Lopez was living out the same fate. He got stuck in a river. Coming to the bivouac, he was not happy.
It's a strange situation, but we didn't do nothing wrong. I was thinking that the first time that we took a wrong cross, but it was not true. It was exactly as was written at the road book, but we are safe here. But the standings, for sure, I'm not satisfied, because we should won. It was really easy to win this stage, but we didn't make it because of that mud.
In an amazing final day, both the top two runners dropped a maximum of 3 hours, making way for a new man in the top three. Co-driver to Airat Mardiev in this year's Dakar, Anton Shibalov takes his best result in International Rally Raid, 3rd position, and a good result for the Kamaz team. Second in the overall standings, and on this stage as well, was Peter Versuis. He'd brought Lopez into the team for Dakar 2013 to form a really strong army against De Roy and Kamaz, and this dress rehearsal was marginally successful, losing Echter in the first day and only Lopez on this final day. It means the Dutchman was second, certainly his best result in Rally Raid so far.
Nou ja, het was in ieder geval hartstikke glad. En het was echt op eieren rijden. Maar goed, dat hebben we goed gedaan vandaag. En we zijn binnen, dus dat is veel belangrijker. En of we nou 1 zijn of 2, het interesseert mij ook geen bal. Ik ben binnen en ik heb een goed resultaat, denk ik. Dankjewel.
And so, the least expected of results. The troubled Airat Mardiev yesterday, who suffered so much, wins the 2012 Silk Way Rally for Kamaz. 2-stage victories to match 2 last year, and amazingly, this one came at the end of the stage on only 3 wheels. Check this out.
Выиграли разве?
Who won? Really?
Ну, довольно, если выиграл, конечно. Мы не рассчитывали на такой результат. Еще на старте у нас было большое отставание из-за поломки вчера. И то есть на старте мы не рассчитывали. Хотели побороться за 3-ю позицию, но вот раз получилось выиграть, конечно, неожиданно для нас результат. Жалко, что у Эдика проблемы случились. Но это гонка.
As usual in the tuck category, plenty of solidarity between the various team members.
Good. Thank you, eh? Congratulations.
As in the cars, plenty of unknown names in the top 5 positions. Mardiev beating Versluis by a full 24 minutes on the day. And in the overall, it was only 30. Shibalov taking 3rd. Lopez managing to stay in 4th position despite his issues. So after a drought in major competitions over the last 12 months, Airat Mardiev brings home the trophies once again to Chennai and completes a Russian domination of the Silk Way Rally for the first time in its history. There'll be one party tonight.